So the big question is this. How entrepreneurs like us who have been breaking with old beliefs, like the idea of holding a 9-to-5 job and living paycheck to paycheck, taking a lifetime to reach business and life success as the only option we have? How do we grow our business in a way that lets us highly service our customers, getting our products and services and the things that we believe in out into the world without diluting our life but enhancing it and taking the journey of internal and external growth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Your host is Marina Simon, and welcome to 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again.
Good day. So, as you know, we started a new series of sharing successful actions of successful people, right? If you want to have successful actions, you go to successful people on that area where you want successful actions, right? So if you have or want to learn about business, you go to business people that are successful on that area. If you want to have successful actions about your personal life, you will not go to business people to get successful actions on your personal life, but on people who have successful personal lives. Maybe those successful business people have also successful actions in personal. Then that changes the story. But it's not always the case. So, today I want to share with you 10 rules that I just love about, again, Mr. Grant Cardone. So, I like some of I tell you why I decided to start this new set of episodes for the podcast, or season, you might call it. I realize, when I start my day, sometimes I need just those key pointers, just to get me on the right direction. Maybe I'm looking into my business, on what's happening at that point. I wake up, and I'm having my attention on that, or I have my attention on certain things that I'm handling. So instead of that, it just introverts me on that situation. When I do listen to something that has a couple of jewels, it doesn't have to be a long thing, a couple of jewels just to really, really guide me to start fresh my day, takes away my attention from those situations or cycles that I'm really trying to handle or working on handling, and puts it on creation, right? When you put your attention out, most likely you normally have the actions to take in order to resolve that situation you're trying, or you're struggling with, or you're trying to solve, right? Life is about what? It has 3 elements. It has freedoms. It has barriers, right, which are problems sometimes, right? And freedoms. So it's freedoms, barriers, and purposes, right? So for everything you do in life, there's a purpose, but also there's obstacles, right? And there's also freedoms. So instead of putting the attention on the obstacles, these couple of rules have helped me to put my attention on the purposes and the freedoms, and that gets me to continue to move forward, and magically I come up with the right answers to the things I'm trying to handle. Okay, so here we go. Ready? 10 simple Cardone rules for life in general. Here we go. Number 1 is get attention. Guys who work in the marketing business, you know what I'm talking about, or internet marketing, or sales funnels, etc. Now, for those who doesn't understand what sales funnels are, basically similar to websites, but they take you by the hand when you're going to buy a service or a product. They're very successful. Okay, so get attention. If you get attention, you know what is it? You are in communication with your prospects, with your customers, with the people that might be on the other side of the world, but they starting to know you're there. So the first thing is what? Get attention. Cardone does it magnificently. The way he speaks, he impinges, he's everywhere. Russell Brunson says the one that appears the most, right, is the one that wins the market. And it's true. Look at the guys that you know of. Why do you know of them? Because they get attention. Now, granted, there's different ways to get attention. You can shop somebody and you definitely get attention in the media, right? Or you can create something really great and make it known. Or really funny, or really something that is positive, right? That's the kind of attention you want. You want the positive attention, because then what? You're starting to be opinion leader for the community you're trying to service. Give you examples. Simple things. I think a couple of episodes ago, I talked to you about something that Russell Brunson did. And he went to Europe, and there was this huge purple rhinoceros. Nothing to do with nothing. But the guy got attention, and it was one of his best-selling commercials in the internet. So get attention. Number 2, think bigger. Guys, through my short years of existence, I tell you that think bigger has been one of the key things that has got me to whatever I'm trying to do to get results, to be successful, even if I am on the business area or I'm on the sports area. I always think big. What? If you want to reach the top, think the stars. Reach bigger, think bigger. Right? Listen, it is free to think, right? So why do you think small? Think big. If you want to have a car, think 10 cars. If you want to have a family, think, not 10 families, right? But think 10 times the pleasure of having a family. Think big. If you're trying to create a business, scale it, maximize, think bigger, and think bigger than your competition. That is for sure. Be that strange guy that thinks different. Why? Because he thinks bigger. I'm not joking. I ask you a question. Why do you think that people like, Steve Jobs, Grant Cardone, Russell Brunson, Richard Branson, and many others on many other areas of life? Because these are just business people. But what about great chefs, great mothers, right? That they have wrote books and they're super successful, or great architects, or great physical therapists, or great chiropractors. Why do you think these guys have made it? First of all, they think big. They disagree with the rest of the communities. They think bigger, right? Because you can do big. You can be big and you can have bigger. So, simple and cheap. Number 3, solve problems. This one is key, guys. Solve problems. If you can solve the problem for your ideal customer, you got them on the table. They are hiring you, they buy from you, they get the service from you because you are solving a problem. Truly, it's not about the money. Truly, it's not about the money. If you're solving a really key problem that is a huge pain point for your customer, they will see where the hell they'll get the money from. I'll give you a bad example, okay? A drug addict. Where does he get his money? And I'm not saying that's what they're going to do when they buy your service, but I'm just telling you, they get creative, right? So a drug addict really needs the drugs to cool himself down or to create the effects. He just needs to stop, whatever he's going through. So they do anything and they get the money, right? So my thing to you is they're trying to handle a huge pain point for them. So if you know how to solve the problems to your customers, they will, create the wherewithal to pay for it. Of course, you have to be in exchange, right? But what I'm trying to tell you is it's really never about the money nor the time. It is about, are you solving the right problem for your customer, right? Okay, next one. Change your target. So let's see that. Sorry, the next one is worry about the money. Okay, in this case, worry, I think Cardone doesn't mean like be anxious about it, but do put your attention on that so you can sort it out. Do not get comfortable on the chair with what you're creating nowadays. If you want to create wealth, put your attention on there, right? I will always say put your attention on the delivery of your product, but certainly you need to put your attention on the money if what you're reaching is not really where you want, if you're wanting to think big on those terms financially, just put your attention also there, right? However, where do you put the key attention is on the delivery of your service and product, making your customer happy. That's why solving problems is before worrying about the money. Because if you're solving the problem for your customer, you're delivering service to them. Okay, very good. Next one. Study success. Guys, this is what we're doing. We're studying success, right? Okay, so I want to know, these key guys, they already have walked the walk. They have been so good, stubborn, that they have walked that walk to reach certain goals, passions, or targets, right? So what do? You study success, but you study success on the areas of success I was telling, right? If you want to learn how to cook, learn from the best cooks, right? If you want to learn how to do business, learn from the best. Study success. In fact, Cardone had a program where I forgot how he called it. I think something about power, but he will call into the interview power people. Right? People on areas of power, and we'll tell them to share their success points with the people. So he basically got down to the basic success, points of each of them. How did they came to be so wealthy in that, in that particular interview? But if you want to study success on how to handle your family better, study success. Study people who have done that, like queens and kings, right? People know about them because they have been successful at it. So study success in the area of success. Very good. Next one. Change your target. Guys, if you're not advancing fast enough, change your target. Normally, you will have a very slow target or a very small target. Multiply your target. Make it big. Or if you're not arriving where you want to go, change your target, right? Is key. The target takes you, target attainment. You put your attention on that and you just roll towards there. If you're not arriving where you want to be, most likely you're not naming your target exactly and might be the wrong target. Next point, find your greatness. Guys, we all have greatness within ourselves. We all are very different people, and we all have strength and greatness. We need to look for that. We need to become those people that we have to be in order to handle or be where we want to be. Does that make sense? You need to find your greatness, to be great, to do great, and to have great. So find that area of you. Find your greatness. Number 8, change your thinking. Again, you might be thinking too small. You have to be thinking great and big. Or you might be thinking with the wrong concepts. Oh, I want to make money fast. Maybe I have to cheat a little bit. Wrong thinking. Change your thinking. If what you're doing is not take you where you want to go, most likely you need to change your thinking. Prioritize, guys. Change the way you're looking at things. I tell you an example. Normal day. I've seen this. Oh, I'm so tired. Bam. That's your thinking. Like Buddha says, what you think you are, what you think you become. No, I'm not tired. I am ready to start my day. Hey, buddy, let's get you some caffeine. Turning it on. Hey. All right? Or, oh my God, another loss in the business, another bad month. Change your thinking, right? Or, another Monday. Change your thinking. Another amazing week is starting because I'm going to create the best week ever, right? Oh, another gym day. Change your thinking. Awesome. I'm at the gym. I can build this body better. I'm going to look handsome or hot chicky, right? Oh, I'm exhausted. What a horrible day at work. Change your thinking. Another challenging day. I learned this. Tomorrow, it's going to be greatness, baby. You get it? Simple. You need to be your own freaking cheerleader. And I'm not talking about being glib. I'm talking about truly changing your thinking. What you think you are, what you think you become. I'm freaking amazing. I didn't know how to sort this problem out, but I will find out because this ain't happening to me again. Or I'm going to set my target twice the size than last week's because I didn't reach last week's. That means that I'm thinking too little. Change your thinking. I love these ones, guys, because you can create your own future. Number 9, do more. Guys, he has another quote. While others do whatever, I do whatever it takes, right? So you have to do more. How do you think people like Richard Branson and these big guys go where they are? They don't sleep much. I have to break it to you. They don't sleep too much. They are normally on the go. They're normally figuring things out. They're normally creating life. They're normally living life. Look at these guys. I love Richard Branson. He's a little crazy like some of us. So he jumps out of airplanes dressed on a, wedding dress. And crazy things. Live life. Do more. Sleep less. There's an eternity to sleep when you drop this body, right? Or it's sleepy time. But do not sleep. Create life. We don't need to sleep any longer. We need to live life. Feel it. Have fun at it. Learn from it. Any failure, on quotations, is not a failure. It's a test. It's a drill. You're piloting things. You're piloting life. Right? So just know now you know more. You're acquiring more knowledge in order to create better and be fastest at whatever you're trying to create. It doesn't matter what area of life at the end of the day. So, do more, right? If you don't like sports, try them. If you don't like cooking, try it. Live life. Do more. Do not sleep. Not time for that. Number 10 is my favorite one, and I will put it on number 1 to tell you the truth, as long as it's productive. You know what he said? Have fun. Guys, if we live life, ain't to suffer it. I have to break it to you. If we live life, ain't to suffer it. I don't care how rough life is outside. I don't care how many political or economical problems or COVID problems we have. You have to have fun, pleasure, good pleasure. A good pleasure of living life. A good pleasure of an early morning, seeing the sunrise and working out. A good pleasure of, a small moment with friends. A pleasure of looking out and seeing the mountains. A pleasure of just being alive and being grateful for what you do have. Have fun. Rule number 1 in Marina Simon's world.